So you want to be a dungeon master?
So, you wanna be a dungeon master.
So you want to be a DM?
Them some feats, okay? Feats.
So you want to
gonna
be a
take it to
DM?
That's great. We're here to help. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Justin. This week, we're going to be talking about finding inspiration. These days, unfortunately, you're going to see a lot of videos and posts online about people using programs like ChatGPT and other large language models. Listen, I've read the studies out of MIT. They've been showing that there's decreased memory production and it can lead to less engagement overall. Even using Google search engine as opposed to ChatGPT vastly improves your cognitive abilities that are actually being activated. Like when
That's
you're using
wild.
ChatGPT and they have the EEG kind of thing on your brain or like your skin, obviously, but hooked into those things, you're barely lighting up. So the thing is, instead of asking a bot to give you those ideas, you can use your own brain to interpret all the things around you. Here, we'll show you how it's done. But first, there's got to be a but first. Invent a new dragon. Go.
Jesus. It's so hard to come up one that doesn't already exist thanks to, what is it, Fizzbands or whatever?
Oh, true. Well, yeah, they dipped into some crystal gem dragons big time.
Okay.
There's the time dragon from Planescape. Tome of Beast has a ton, but I won't mention them because you might not be familiar, so you wouldn't know if you were jacking from there.
Know.
That phrase.
A new dragon.
New dragon.
A rock dragon, a dragon made out of rocks.
Whoa, Earth dragon. Okay,
Yeah,
sick.
yeah,
Talk me through it.
Okay. So it doesn't have a fly speed, does have a burrow speed.
Makes sense.
It's breath weapon is just a big fucking rock. So
It's just like its previous turn, it's just going until eventually a huge boulder comes out of its mouth.
But yeah, so but kind of like a lightning bolt, but
Yeah,
rather than it being a like lightning damage, it's like bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, for sure. Magical bludgeoning damage, probably. That sounds sick. An Earth Dragon does sound sick, which then opens up Air Dragon, Water Dragon, Fire Dragon, which is dope.
All of those, I think,
will
already
say. All those are pretty sick.
Fire Dragon definitely already exists. It's like baseline dragon.
Well, a red dragon does fire, but I mean a dragon made of fire.
I see. I get what you're saying.
You do something there.
Yeah.
Dude, a mosquito bit me on my finger. Put the bug spray on my legs. Forgot to put bug spray on my finger. Thanks, mosquito. You bastard. So my new dragon, mosquito dragon. No, I'm just kidding. No, all jokes aside, I am thinking of stealing this from Pokemon a little bit.
Okay.
Horsey, follow me. Horsey evolves into Seadra, evolves into Kingdra, which is a seahorse-based, technically, dragon.
Yeah. Okay.
A water dragon. I am kind of thinking a seahorse, water dragon sort of vibe. Yeah.
That's dope.
Is the thing I'm thinking of. Yeah. I know that they have like a sea dragon kind of vibes, and I know that Tome of Beasts definitely does, and people have done aquatic-based dragons, which technically I think a green dragon and a black dragon both have swim speeds. Maybe some of the others do as well, especially when it comes to the metallic ones. But anyway, yeah, I think that sounds especially terrifying. I'm a little bit more caught up on oh shit, what is Dimension 20's new thing? Cloudward Ho.
Yeah.
I'm a little more caught up now. and they were
Okay.
talking about thessaliophobia, the open waters,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
deep ocean.
Mhm.
And Emily mentioned the fear of like an eye just being like and just opening.
Oh, yeah.
Woof. Terrifying. There's a
Absolutely
scene in
terrifying.
Land Before Time. Do you remember Land Before Time with Littlefoot and
I
the Star
do.
Leafs and the
Yeah,
saddest
yeah, yeah.
intros
I mean,
ever?
it's a pretty big trope along across the world because I mean, they also do the same thing in I want to say it's like Atlantis or something.
Oh, Atlantis.
Uh-huh. When they're in their
Journey to
little,
Atlantis or
they're
whatever.
doing the little, they're in the smaller little submarine thing, and they go past something, and then the eye goes, yeah.
Yeah, 100% terrifying. Such a scary thing.
Mhm.
Um, okay.
All
Well
right.
then let me say this. Hey gang, thanks for listening. And also, have you checked out the Patreon today? Because my goodness, are there a ton of things there for you. And when you're a member of the Patreon, not only do you get access to things for free, but if you're at the paid tiers, even more stuff. And
Mhm.
it supports us. So go check it out. Link in the description. And back to the episode. It, no, 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 no. We mentioned at the top, and we mentioned at the top, so could you imagine being that person with a podcast? And so. Um, which let me be specific. I'm not
Mhm.
making fun of people who stutter. I'm
No.
talking about that very specific speech pattern.
Uh-huh.
Um, but like we're talking about all the different ways to find inspiration.
Mhm.
There's so many things around us. We could get lost just talking about the places to find inspiration. So, what we're going to do with this episode is bring up 5 different places to find inspiration that are commonly known, talk about one each, one
Mhm.
for me, one for Taylor, of an example, how we would use it. And that's just the starting point. Because that's the crazy thing is, what are we even talking about using it as inspiration for
Mhm.
D&D? Because number one, we're going to keep it specific to D&D as
Mhm.
a system. Which is not to say that you can't do these exact things for other systems. Maybe along the way, we can drop in some kids on bikes references for examples.
Mhm.
But like, you don't even need to just get the ideas of, for example, your campaign setting. That's one thing you can use these for,
Mhm.
but it's not the only thing. You can use them for how you design your character, for plot hooks, for villains, for mechanics, homebrew.
Yeah.
There's so many different things,
Yeah, yeah,
even just
yeah.
using D&D, that each of these categories and examples can give us. And
Mhm.
so we're just barely scratching the surface.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
this is
idea
a
that you
list that I came up
come
with in
on,
five. Like
two
got
seconds.
hung up with in like 5 minutes on each of these categories. You can
Yeah,
literally just sit down and do this and go, "Hey, what do I want to do for my D&D game? Okay, well, let me make a
right.
list of things. Let's make a list of movies
It's
to think about. Let's make a list of games to think about." Like you can do this exercise and come up with a ton of inspiration for a ton of stuff because the beauty of it is you can just cherry pick the things that you like and put them in and then just leave everything else behind.
exactly, exactly. So many easy things. So let's get into it
Let's do
because
it.
there's a bajillion examples. I'm thinking more about it. I don't even think we need to keep it to one
Fair.
each. Like, feel free to just pop as many as we go along. You know what I
Fair.
mean? Like, if it's like, hey, I'm going to mention this movie for the reference of this setting, but I want to
Hmm.
talk about this movie because of this character. Who
Hmm.
cares? Let's just go
All right.
nuts.
All right. Let's do it.
So, for the first large sweeping category, we're going over movies.
All right.
There's so many things, so many types of movies, genres of movies, types of directors and styles and vibes and feelings, tones. It's insane.
Hmm.
An entire, depending on the movie, usually an entire story concisely told in about an hour and a half to 3 hours. So, like,
Hmm.
talk about a workshop of like getting so much information in such a short amount of time.
Hmm.
It's the perfect building ground for ideas.
So now that you're saying just throw stuff out there, I have something written down and then I just thought of something better,
Yeah.
or not necessarily better, but something. Mad Max.
Hell
Any
yeah.
of the Mad Max movies?
Yeah.
Like that kind of desert wasteland kind of Borderlands vibe
Mm-hmm.
of,
Of a setting.
you're like a wanderer or the group is just kind of wandering through the wastes and coming across new people, new things, a different kind of like way of life even because
Mm-hmm.
they treat water with such a reverence and stuff in that setting and gas and all of those things.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing. And then to jump to my second idea that I actually wrote down, have you ever seen the movie Batman Forever?
Wait, is that the
It's the Jim Carrey one.
hell yeah.
Val Kilmer,
Yeah.
Jim Carrey,
Tommy
so
Lee
good.
Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones, that's the name I was looking for. Yeah, absolutely
Val
great.
Kilmer.
And like really, you could take the whole setting, you could take the whole kind of plot for that as like far as villains goes, because you have the Two-Face Riddler thing going on. There is kind of a multi-staged boss thing that you could do there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But also each of those characters on their own is just great to have in a story.
Yeah. 100%. That's Tim Burton, right? Is it Tim Burton?
No, I don't think so.
Has
That
Tim Burton vibes at least. It's very dark.
does have
The way that
vibes
Gotham
of
City
Tim
is
Burton.
portrayed in those earlier that era of Batman movies is
Right.
very interesting. It's larger than life. It's like every time they do a sweeping scaling shot, it's like, dude, these buildings feel like they're massive. There's pipes
It's
going
all
every which
it's
way.
all minis too. Like that was the day of practical effects too. Those are all minis. Like they made
I
a
know, but
miniature
it's like,
Gotham City that looked, but because of the scale of the camera and stuff like that, it looks awesome.
yeah.
They did go into really awesome detail of it.
I going
Schumacher.
back to very quickly, going back to your first idea of Mad Max,
Sure.
when you mentioned all of the resources and like paying attention to
Schumacher.
water and conservation of water and stuff. For one thing, it also inspires the idea of using survival as a big mechanic in the game and like how important
Mm-hmm.
that is, paying a
Yeah.
little bit more attention to maybe um thank you, Dale. Appreciate it. Shootmaker. But also you could tie in because this is how inspiration works. We don't need to stay to the confines of just Mad Max.
Mm.
You know where else water's pretty important?
Mm.
Dune.
Dune, yeah, absolutely. Giant sandworms, fuck yeah, let's
Giant
go.
sandworms plus a caravan of multiple cars
Uh-huh.
running on precious gasoline being chased
Hmm.
by, like, come on, dude.
Yeah,
It writes itself.
yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
so many ideas. I can't imagine. So, okay. For me, I'm thinking of a million ideas of
Mm.
movies. I can't even just begin to stick to just one, but I'm going to start with a classic. Taylor, I don't know if you've heard of the 1993 movie, We're Back, a dinosaur
Mm.
story.
I probably watched it once or twice when it came out. So that's
Wow.
to give you a
Wow.
yeah. Mm-mm.
And you haven't watched it since?
No,
That's
no, I
crazy.
haven't.
Because it's,
Oddly
hey,
enough. Oddly
it
enough.
lives up. It stands the test of time. It's so fun. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. 1993, We're Back with an exclamation point. There's
It's
a
about
weird
like
little scientist man, and he invents a cereal. This cereal, then he's given to dinosaurs. These dinosaurs then learn how to speak and can talk and shit, and they go to New York City, right?
mhm, mhm,
And
mhm,
then they
mhm.
meet two kids, and these two kids are supposed to bring the dinosaurs to the Museum of Natural History.
Naturally.
That's the goal. Along the way, the kids get separated. They unfortunately go to Dr. Screw Eyes. All right. The twin brother of the weird little scientist from the beginning, spoilers,
Okay.
and he's a bad guy. Dr. Screw Eyes has the opposite of the cereal. That he has brain drain or something like that, and it makes you dumb and animalistic. gives it to the dinosaurs in exchange for releasing the kids. Because he turns the kids into monkeys. My God, actually, this movie is insane. It is so dark and twisted at times. But I mean, think about it. You're two kids and you have a team of dinosaurs helping you through New York City. I mean, the possibilities.
Yeah, that's crazy. What
It's
a
so
what a
fun.
so all right. Did the doctor already have the dinosaurs, or did he make the dinosaurs and then give them the serum?
No, he time machined, dude.
He time
Yeah,
machined.
in what almost looks like a freaking spaceship.
So, so
Time machine. Yeah.
there's two groundbreaking things that he's come up with at this point: time travel and this
And he can make
cereal that
dinosaurs docile and talk.
and talk. Right. Mhm.
So he gets a bunch of dinosaurs. There's a
That's a
T-Rex.
great story.
There's a
And all
oh
the
man,
like the
a
dinosaurs are kids
diplosaur
too,
or something
right?
like
Like
that. The one
they're
that has
not
like
full grown dinosaurs. They're like kid dinosaurs.
no.
No,
Adult dinosaurs.
a full blown
Adult.
T-Rex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm looking at the cover of the movie right now as we speak.
Hmm.
The little girl riding the T-Rex's head, like her entire head is the size of the T-Rex's eyeball. But only when he's like friendly, he has big eyes. When he becomes more like bestial, he's got little pinprick eyes and it's very scary. But yeah, there's a
Oh, okay.
pterosaur, a triceratops. Oh, there also is an actual alien as well, like an alien
Sure. Yeah.
sidekick
Naturally.
who helps the good professor.
Uh-huh.
It is a wild fever dream of a 90s movie, dude.
Yeah.
It's so good. But anyway, highly recommend go check it out.
Okay. Yeah.
So think about the ideas though. You know,
Yep.
you could use so many different systems. Kids on bikes, having it be a group of kids finds this situation of like a crazy old man in Central Park goes, "Hey kids, here are some living dinosaurs. I've sort of dumbed them down. They're very friendly now. Anyway, can you bring them
Gotta
to the
go.
museum? Yeah, bring them to this museum, please." And the kids are like, "Okay, cool." And then along the way, hijinks
Mhm.
happen. So fun. What an idea. Oh, I love it.
It's
So
crazy.
that's
That's
just one movie. I
absolutely
mean,
wild.
because you really can go in so many directions.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Mitchell's versus Machines?
Mm-mm.
Genuinely an incredible. Like to me, and I'm not just saying this, it's on a K-pop Demon Hunters level of good animated movie that I walked away with being like, I will tell people about this movie. I will speak it on the mountaintops. I will praise its good name and I will spread its word like an evangelical televangelist. Dale says same studio, I think. I wouldn't be surprised. It's genuinely genius. It's so good. It also does the mixed media stuff. Incredible voice acting cast. Um, but it's just like it sounds. It's a family, the Mitchells, and they verse
Mhm.
the machines. It's like a robot takeover, right?
Okay. Like a
And
what is it? Final or final overdrive or total overdrive or whatever. You know what
something like
movie?
that.
Okay.
Yeah. Maximum overdrive.
Maximum overdrive. I something like I do is some
Yeah.
giant superlative overdrive.
But it's so good. It's very cute because there's a lot of family elements. The
Hmm.
family has to deal with their own stuff on top of the robot takeover. It's just so fun. It's a really good commentary on technology and the differences of generations
Mm.
and how technology plays into that. And it's just, my God, such a good movie. The music is fun. But
Okay.
that's another really good idea. I had this idea kind of using Mitchell's versus Machines as a little bit of a starting off point, but
Hmm.
because I want to use D&D, right?
Right.
Now D&D Mitchell's versus Machines doesn't make a ton of sense. They don't have magic, right?
Right.
Can we use flavor and or being like, hey, players, you can only play fighters and barbarians and yada yada? Yeah, you can. But here's my idea.
Hmm.
You're just using
The
Mitchell's versus
story
Machines
of
as a
it.
starting off point.
Hmm.
So what if in this, because this does happen in the movie actually, When the robots begin taking over, they get rid of all technology for the humans
Okay.
because they are not just like robots, they're essentially like the cloud, like Siri is like the
Okay.
BBEG. So they get rid of like the internet, um, technology, like electricity, all this
Mhm,
stuff. People are
mhm.
back to the Stone Age. And which is why Mr. Mitchell does so well because he's like, finally, no more screens, family time. We can actually make some eye contact, like typical. So it's a very funny movie. But he's actually played by like Danny McBride, I think is his
Okay.
name.
Yeah.
Plays his voice. So funny. But so what if that
Yeah.
happens? What if that happened? Technology is down, party has nothing. They have to resort to swords and all these things. Obviously, they would have guns, but I guess you could use
Mhm.
that kind of shit, whatever. But like, then you could just have like, if you're trying to really, if you were like, hey, I want there to be magic, then you just have like a wizard show up and be like, don't worry, to save the world, I will grant you these powers, but they only
Mm.
last for 1 week. Good luck. Powers. Now they have powers. You could just do it like that if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
But
I
just the
also
story
see
alone
a
is so
I
fun.
also see a world of just having that story happen in a D&D universe. Could be the same kind of deal.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
absolutely. Have
having
some sort of technology take over.
animated item objects start taking over the world,
It
and
could
then
happen.
you
It could
come to find
happen.
out there's some wizard who got too close to the sun. He was just trying to make it so that he tried to make a hive mind for all of the
A
animated
sorcerer's
objects.
apprentice
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of situation.
exactly.
Just a brooms taking over.
Yeah.
Amazing. Another great movie, Fantasia.
Hmm.
Hey, nothing funnier than a bunch of hippos dancing like ballerinas with
Yeah.
skinny crocodiles trying to pick them up. So funny, dude. I loved Fantasia, dude. I saw Fantasia 2000 in theaters.
Mm,
Fun fact. Okay, let's move on to our next category because we could talk about movies all day.
we could,
In the future, I would love to bring some guests on even and talk about these different topics
for
about finding
sure.
inspiration and how to use them more specifically. Because we've already mentioned setting stuff, we've mentioned mechanics, we've mentioned characters, all just with
Hmm.
movies. Next up, let's talk video games.
Oh
Obviously, you and
boy.
I both a bit of gamers. You're a little bit more
What?
of a gamer than I am. I'm very specific with my tastes, and also part of my taste is like the reason I like Call of Duty is because I can turn it on, play around, get the fuck out.
Right.
I like every once in a while a story game will like really capture me, and the reason
Hmm.
I don't play too many video games is because I will get lost in the sauce for a
Yeah,
long time
absolutely.
and then
Yeah,
not
yeah,
finish the game. So,
yeah.
um, but we're talking video games.
Video
You want to
games.
kick us off or
Um, you kick us off
okay?
on the video
I'm gonna
games.
kick us off. I went in a weird direction with my first pick, and that's gonna be Mario Party.
Okay.
Mario Party has something in it that I think could be a really fun mechanic in a game. If you're doing a long campaign, then this could just be a small chapter of it, maybe a single level or less.
Mm. Mhm.
It could be a one shot, it could be anything like that, like short little contained thing. The
Right.
idea is, and we've done one in our home game, a very
I think
modified
I know what you're
version,
talking about. Yeah.
bringing that idea of Mario Party, which is the characters of the Mario world, uh, doing a board game. They
Hmm.
jump up, they hit the dice. It tells them which number. They go that many spaces. The things happen on the spaces, different events around the board. Then there's the mini games after every round. So there's all these different factors, getting the
Hmm.
stars, getting Bowser, whatever. What if you did that in a D&D game?
Yeah.
You have
Yeah. It is
initiative,
fun.
but then
Yeah.
it's like at the start of your turn, you roll a dice to see how far you go.
Hmm.
And then,
At the top of initiative, something I would have it have like that because the other thing is the mini games, right? So having the mini games pop up in some way, shape, or form at the end of
yeah,
every round, where it's
yep,
like, okay, cool, now you're in this mini game world for
yeah,
2 or 3 rounds, and you gotta whatever. I mean, the the messed up world would be the one where you pit everybody against each other, like a 4v4 or
Yeah. A
like a free for
1v3
all.
or
Yeah, yeah,
something,
yeah, 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 yeah.
2v2,
Oh,
all of
you
those.
landed on a
I
red
think they would
square.
all be
It's
on
one v
there. Yeah.
three. Yeah,
I think that those would all be on the table. It'd be way more
yeah.
interesting that way. And then throwing in some NPCs
But they don't
if to
necessarily need
round
to
it
be
out if
like
you need to.
combat or something. Just a series of skill checks. Like some of them would be athletics checks or something along
Oh
those
yeah.
lines. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
even
Some
like
skill challenges.
just maybe even trying to think of something outside the box too, like some way of playing with the game itself. Or like a mini game where it was I'm trying to think like kind of playing with the idea of like the NADPOD did it and so did Critical Role, the like one of you as a doppelganger,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
some kind of like weird ideas that aren't either combat or um just making a single role,
Right.
as long as unless you're playing with like good role players, then like just a single skill check would be fine because they'll get into it because you
Yeah.
could at least build the scenario. But yeah, I think, man, so many fun ideas.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really, really silly.
That would be a
And
lot
you
of
could
fun.
just expand from there and do all the Mario games,
Oh yeah.
Mario Kart with the different items and racing
Tennis.
around. You could do tennis and soccer and golf and whatever else. Yeah, I think all of those would be so fun.
Just go into a Mario world where you have to hop on everything's head.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. If you hit it on the side, you're dead.
you're dead. Yeah.
You're dead. You might shrink and then die, but you pretty much dead.
The
But
thought of pew, pew, pew,
oh shit.
as like Kaladin
Oh no.
just shrinking down to half his size.
Yeah. You're like, oh dude, I gotta eat a mushroom right now. Um, I'm
Yeah, that's
also
great.
thinking of Sonic the Hedgehog
Yeah.
because of having there be, ready for this? I was thinking of this as a magic weapon, a
Okay.
magic item of like giving you an ability to essentially roll up in a ball and start spinning and then charge,
Hmm.
hit somebody, and essentially you're rolling to hit because it's like all of those beasts and monsters that have a charge ability or gore
Hmm.
ability. It's always like if you move 20 feet straight in a line, then you have to hit, then it does
Hmm.
the gore. So
Right.
treating it the same way, you get the little spin up, you have to move X number of feet, hit the guy, then you make your attack roll. The
Hmm.
Sonic part comes in. If you hit, it does damage, so it's Sonic, haha. But if you miss, you just lose some gold because
Oh
of the
yeah, yeah,
rings.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It's just like
That's
every time you
funny.
miss,
Yeah.
it's like $15 just gone
Hmm.
out of your pocket.
That's hilarious.
I just think that's so funny because it makes me also think of the payday move that Meowth and
Hmm.
Persian get in the game where it's like you're also just making money. My Pokemon is kicking your Pokemon's ass and
And
taking your
also
money.
taking money out of your wallet. Yeah,
So
that
what do
is
you got
great.
for video games?
Okay, so slight spoilers for October, but Resident Evil. Ha 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 ha. I won't get into that too much because we're gonna be going over that to death in October.
Mm,
But
stay tuned.
also, Final Fantasy, the whole every one of those games has a absolutely crazy plot that is basically built for a D&D game. Um, I want to say the guy who makes them, no, that was Zelda, I think. One of them, either Zelda or Final Fantasy, both of them are good. But one of them basically would write D&D campaigns but didn't have anybody to play with, and then that turned into either the first Zelda game or the first Final Fantasy game. I can't remember which. I think the first Final
Sick.
Fantasy game came from that kind of thing. But anyway, just to kind of give you a taste of what the plot for one of the uh, Final Fantasy games is, because I know you don't play really story games too much, but Final Fantasy 9,
Okay.
there is another planet that is dying because it's like a parasitic planet that destroys whatever world it comes in contact with. As their souls are dying, a guy goes over to the world that you're in and starts creating this plot to basically kill everybody on the planet and have their souls be reanimated by the souls from his planet.
Okay.
So
A body swap.
basically, but the
Invasion of the
way,
body snatchers.
right. So basically, what he's trying to do though is like you come in at a very, like, very much not in tune with what this plan is. You are part of a like thieves guild that was hired to abduct the princess. So the whole game starts with you. They have this whole big plot of they're like a fake theater troupe that is able to park at the castle to do their show. And while the show's going on, they go and snatch the princess and start flying away. Then one
Jeez.
thing leads to another. You find out that the princess is actually this inherit, like, has this long lost connection with this summoner tribe. So she's able to summon all these crazy, big abilities, but she doesn't know why. There's a whole section about that. The main protagonist actually was created on the other planet to be the guy who killed everybody. But he doesn't want to do that because he
Dude.
grew up here. Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's
What?
crazy. It's such a convoluted plot. It's such a convoluted plot, but they're really great for long run campaigns where very much you think that the big bad is this person, and then you find them and confront them in one way, shape, or form, and then you find out it's this actually this other person who's been pulling the
Mm,
strings behind the camera, and then you keep going, and there's multiple layers of, oh, you think that this is what's going on. Actually, it's something much, much bigger.
whoa. That is crazy. Those games do sound a little convoluted. Listening to people
They're
talk
pretty
about it. Same
crazy.
with
Yeah.
like what's the one Kingdom Hearts?
Oh, I can't even with Kingdom Hearts. That's too much. I, as a Final Fantasy fan, it's too much.
Yeah, right. That's so funny.
like, like,
That's
and
so
made by the
funny.
same people,
Yeah.
and it shows.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure it shows. Um Man, there's so many video games out there that can give so much inspiration. Just to name a few, like obviously the entire Mortal Kombat franchise
Hmm.
or any fighting game. Tekken has some like wild stories
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
worked
Soul
in there.
Calibur is big, has
Soul Calibur. My
lot
God,
of
dude.
crazy type stories.
It's
Like that,
insane.
very good. I think Soul Calibur and those are good for generating like backstories almost for your characters of
Mm-hmm.
giving reasons for like this is why this person's fighting because they really do flesh that out of like, oh,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I need to get into this tournament so that I can get enough money to save my grandma or something.
Yeah.
Most of them are not that philanthropic. Most of them are, I need to kill somebody or something along those lines. But, there are stories in there. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And
And
not all of
sometimes in
them are like
Tekken you're a
evil
bear.
stories. Yeah. Sometimes in Tekken, you're a bear
You're a
or
bear.
just a stack of logs. Like that's
Oh,
also a
true.
possibility.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's so fun. It's so fun.
yeah.
There's also like the Grand Theft Auto games. There's
Mm-hmm.
the Cyberpunk 2077 game. Fortnite even can give you inspiration, both the mechanically speaking of like
Mm-hmm.
doing an adventure where you drop into a map and you fall in and
Yeah.
you get enclosed in and there's like competitors everywhere and you start with zero resources. Like there's an entire mechanic there for an adventure or
Mm-hmm.
a part of your adventure.
Yeah.
So that's
There
just
you go.
another idea. So many different things you can get inspiration from, not to mention the story based games like God of War, Legend of
Mm-hmm.
Zelda, all the different, um, like Mario 64, jumping into the paintings is in and of itself an incredible idea for
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, there's just so much to get inspiration from. The amount of magic items I've ripped off of different IPs of video games.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like
Yeah.
you look at Marvel Rivals, you look at any character and you go, okay, what's their their right click ability? Okay, cool. How would that work in D&D?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, what's their R1? Okay, cool. How would that work in D&D? And
Hmm.
you're creating millions of items. It's
Right.
so easy. I don't know why more people don't do stuff like that. I mean, I know that there are people who do, but still it's like, oh, there's so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
But whatever it is.
But yeah, so we could talk about video games all night too. I know I could. All kind of different video games.
We absolutely could. We absolutely could. But let's move on to our very next category, which is animals.
Sure. Yeah.
We're talking animals. There's all kinds of weird animals, and they exist, and they're in our real world, and they're
Hmm.
just around us, and you can learn about them, and you can use them for inspiration for filling your world building,
Hmm.
different crazy abilities that they might possess. An easy one to think of is how like fleas and ants, based on their size, and you like when you proportion it out, they're like some of the strongest animals ever.
Hmm.
And so
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
that's just like a tiny thing to think of, a small thing that's actually low-key very strong.
Yeah.
Now expand upon that for your next D&D monster of like, what if they fought a creature that was tiny, categorically speaking, but it
Hmm.
had a strength of 26? That's an interesting encounter. What does it look like? Why does it have that ability? Like
Hmm.
so easy. What do you got for us, Taylor?
Mine, I chose a pistol shrimp
Hell yeah.
because they are
Hell
dope as
yeah.
hell and they punch through anything. And that in itself is either an enemy to fight or a fun magic item to have of being able to do that ability of like punching so fast it breaks the sound barrier.
Yeah. It is uh an incredible feat of
Hmm.
animal evolution. Like
Yeah.
the fact that it does exactly what that is. It's moving its fucking body so fast that it is changing the temperature of the immediate space around it to such a degree that it is like past boiling point, like instant evaporation practically, if not actually.
Yeah.
I just don't know to be certain, but like
Well,
something insane like that. Like
it
it's
moves
just
so fast that the water molecules can't keep up, basically, and it creates a hollow pocket of air, but it's only air in the strictest sense, as in a void of water. And then it
yeah.
all collapses in on itself. And it does it so hard that it actually breaks some of the bonds that give off light. So, like,
What the
it's,
fuck?
yeah,
What the fuck,
yeah,
dude?
yeah, yeah. Because
That's
it doesn't like split the atom or anything like that, obviously, but it does move so fast that
bananas.
the molecules can't hold themselves together because it's getting pushed so fast.
I don't even know where to start with that, dude. That's insane to hear
Hmm.
about. And I'm currently deep in a list of weird animals on sciencefocus.com. And I
Hmm.
gotta say, there are some real uggos on this. So, there's some real uggos on this list, man. I'm looking at a fish with fucking human teeth, bro. A
Oh
pacu is a
yeah.
freshwater
Hmm.
fish. No, thank you. I'm looking at the bird dropping spider. No, it's not a spider that drops birds. It's a spider that looks like bird dropping. Incredible. Thank you so much. Uh, I just can't. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's some real weirdos out there, but there's some really cool ones too. Like a narwhal is a really simple one that could be really interesting. It's just kind of like when you're doing world building, you're picking those environments. Obviously, the dungeon master, or excuse me, the monster manual can give you a lot of help, or like D&D Beyond or something, to just filter those animals, which are in D&D terms beasts, and
Hmm.
just take them, filter them by environment. So Arctic ones, obviously, you could have polar bears, and you can just Google stuff like that.
Right.
Like I just did. I just Googled weird animals, and a bunch of weird animals came up. A goblin shark, a penis snake. I don't even want to click that one, dude. For all I know, that's a fucking lie.
Mm.
A
Yeah, no
pangolin?
thanks.
What about a platypus?
Pangolins. I love pangolins, but
Pangolins
platypus.
are beautiful.
They got the little. They
Platypus
got the
is really
little.
fun. They
I'm
have their
so
little
sorry,
duck
Lord.
bill. They have some of the most deadly poison. I don't know
Mm.
if you knew that, with a barb on their ankle, which is crazy. On their back feet, they have little barbs like spikes.
Uh-huh.
And they're incredibly poisonous.
Huh.
Yeah, it's wild. And they have their little beaver tails, and they
Mm-hmm.
lay eggs. They're monotremes, which is why
Mm-hmm.
the first villain in Sphinx City is a platypus person
Mm-hmm.
who wears a mint colored three-piece suit, and his name is Monty Monotreme
Mm.
because
Mhm.
platypuses lay eggs. And they're one of only two mammals to do so. The other one being an echidna, which has a really gross penis, because I saw that on the list of bizarre animals. So be
And
careful when
that.
you're looking up weird animals
Yeah.
specifically, okay?
Okay. Fair enough.
It's a dark world out there. Nature is beautiful, but god damn it, what the hell, you know? Okay, let's get into TV shows.
Sure.
That's our next category. TV shows. Obviously, bajillions of shows out
Mm-hmm.
there. You can
Mm-hmm.
use these
Mm-hmm.
for setting. You can use these for character creations. You can use these for plot hooks, genres, tones, or even relationships between characters. There's a million of ideas. Um, Having your story start like Sopranos, where it's like, hey, maybe you have a small group and you're only playing with like two or three people. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
they're doing a group therapy session, but they're adventuring killers, and it's like The Sopranos,
Mm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Or maybe, I mean, obviously you could do dumb like Game of Thrones, not dumb, but like Game of Thrones is like
Yeah.
kind of obvious, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
you could do stuff like that. But even just using Game of Thrones as a reference point can be that inspiration that you need. So
Yeah.
like, we have a project in the works that I'm genuinely am so happy and excited to eventually do. I'm gonna give it zero spoilers, but it's Game of Thrones plus another IP genre. And what would it be like if those two ideas were
Mm-hmm.
mixed? And providing Game of Thrones as that reference point tells myself, the players, it tells them, okay, there's going to be political intrigue. There's going to be a level of drama. There's going to be a
Mm-hmm.
level of deadliness.
Yeah.
Um, all
Yeah.
of these
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
things come to mind when you reference that TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm curious, Taylor, what
Very.
do you got for us for TV shows?
So the one that I picked was it's very interesting to put into a D&D aspect, but I would want to try it. But have you ever seen the show Snowpiercer?
No, I saw the movie.
Okay. I don't know which one came first, but same relative plot.
Okay.
The world is they've overdone it trying to correct trying
Dang it,
to
they've overdone it.
correct global warming, and they've created this crazy
No.
ice age. And
Yeah.
so everybody is on a train that is always in motion around the world, basically.
Hmm.
So, and that's the only safe place on the planet, or so you think for the most part. Later seasons, they're like, okay, well, maybe spoilers, but maybe there's other stuff. But for the most part, for they think that this is the last bastion of humanity going around the world. And just kind of all the drama and intrigue that goes into that, I think would be a lot of fun. I think adding an element of magic into it would also make things very interesting. Like, still have the same basic plot of you're on a train and the world
Hmm.
outside is totally inhospitable, and having that all of that stuff basically happen on a city on rails.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a wild story.
But it's a
The
lot of fun.
claustrophobia of it would be
Hmm.
really interesting and a fun challenge
Yeah.
to be like, because with Sphinx City is like, okay, we almost never leave the city, right? But
Hmm.
this is like, bro, you're never leaving
We
this fucking
can't.
train.
Right.
It's just a train. I mean, I know that obviously canonically it's very big. It's a big
Mhm.
train, but
Right,
still,
right, right.
Jesus, that would be crazy. Okay, that's a really good idea. I like that one a lot. I think we mentioned during the but first, I think it was, or some, I can't remember actually. I'm mixing up episodes in my brain, but like we mentioned the documentary idea or the mockumentary idea of like Parks and Recreation or The
Mm-hmm.
Office. That's a really funny idea of taking that genre and seeing what you can do with D&D with it.
Yeah.
A group of adventurers uh, who are being filmed
Hmm.
by a crew.
For whatever reason, yeah. And having
So
the
then it's
little
just like,
asides and all
yeah,
the, yeah,
just
definitely.
like doing your confessional and being like, oh, how did I join the, oh, well, geez, I guess. And then in the background, just having the other members of the party being like, hey, can you help us with this fucking dragon actually? You're like, oh, sorry. Guys, I actually have to go heal the group. Actually, I'm the cleric, so I gotta go. Just so funny.
Yeah,
Um,
that's hilarious.
and
Hey,
then
actually, could you not do that right now?
I know, dude, it's so funny. There's a lot of interesting ideas. You can do like all different types of crime shows.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from Law and
Oh
Order to
yeah.
Fargo to True Detective. There's also Lucifer was an idea that I had
Mm-hmm.
originally written down for this because it's just a fun, it takes the very old fucking trope of the procedural of having this outside consultant who comes in and is not a cop, but is very good at cop stuff. And that is true across the board. I mean, there's so many shows like
Right.
that. Lucifer,
Right.
Mentalist, Castle, Monk. I mean, he's a
Hmm.
former detective, but
Yeah.
still,
Psych.
so many different things. Psych. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's the list goes on and on. But
Yeah. Oh, that's yeah. That's really cool.
I think that's a fun thing to play with. Yeah, so many shows. And then it's like, then there's some genres of shows that it would be really challenging, but from a actual play standpoint and a production challenge,
Hmm.
I almost like want to do them because they're hard and kind of clunky and like D&D isn't the system for it, you know? Like for
Right.
example, shows like a sitcom kind of show like Modern Family or something. Like how the fuck would you make that work? Like
Yeah.
Gilmore Girls. You know, like
Hmm.
I know that they don't go together. How could they go together?
Right.
Is what like
That's
excites me
yeah.
about it.
Yeah. That's really tough though.
Really, really tough. Here's another one before we move on to our last category.
Hmm.
Rick and Morty. I
Oh
know
yeah,
that
for
they've
sure.
actually
Yeah.
done a D&D thing already.
Yeah.
They've done a collab, but like that's
Absolutely.
actually a really good
Morty
one.
could
And then the
definitely
last
work. Yeah.
one, because I opened a tab to remind myself and I forgot until just now. The show Kevin Can Go Fuck Himself. Have you heard of that show?
Uh-uh.
All right. It is so good, actually. So it does this weird thing where it plays with genre in a really fun way from a production standpoint.
Okay.
So sometimes the show is done like a sitcom, where it's like multicam sitcom like Friends. There's a laugh track. It has the
Okay.
stage lighting when they're on stage, and it's very like comical and silly. Like the main character or one of the main characters, Kevin, the like dude of the house,
Hmm.
he'll come in and be like, Marsha, where's my shoe? Like very over the top acting and like silly.
Right.
And then the actual main character is his wife. And she's played by the woman who plays Alexa in Schitt's Creek. David.
Okay. Okay.
It's played by her. And she'll play along and she's like the butt of the joke always. And then she'll walk out of the living room into the kitchen and it
Hmm.
changes to single camera. It changes dramatic. The lighting switches, the music changes, no laugh tracks, and it becomes a drama.
Huh.
And it bounces between the two. And it shows you her perspective, but only her perspective when it's outside of the sitcom shit. As if she's
Gotcha.
like, it's almost like WandaVision. It's like she's trapped in a show. Not literally,
Huh.
she's
Right,
actually
right,
not
right.
trapped in a show, but like
Right.
it's so cool the way that it works.
I'll have to check that out.
And she hates her husband and she wants to kill him, and that's the plot of the show, is how can I kill my husband? And so it's
Okay.
bouncing between her thinking about doing that
Uh-huh.
and then it'll cut back to the living room and be like, wait a minute, and the laugh track will go, and it's like,
Uh-huh.
whoa, dude, the jumping between, and so that's an idea for something.
Yeah,
I
I
think
like
if
it.
there was a way to do that with D&D, like with an actual play, maybe have two DMs to show the two different vibes,
Like
but
a tone
the
change.
way
Yeah.
the way they switch the tone is so fast and like dramatic that it would be
Hmm.
really interesting to figure out how to do that. But that's
Yeah.
my last idea for that. And
Okay.
finally, gang,
Hmm.
we have just the real world life around us.
Hmm.
This one is a last category, very broad, just real stuff that happens in the world.
Hmm.
It could be literally anything, just to
Hmm.
show that you can literally draw inspiration from anything. The world is around us. Open your phone, consume some fucking content and some media. You'll find some things. Read a story, read a book, watch
Yeah.
the news, watch a documentary, anything. There's so many things. I don't understand.
Yeah.
So, what do you got for us, Taylor? For
Okay, so for mine, it kind of I said one thing originally and then I thought about it a
Mhm,
little bit more.
mhm.
And it kind of is going to double back to the video game thing, but only in the lightest sense. Because the game it's referencing is actually like a historical fiction game. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
all of that being said, privateers in the early um, colonial days.
Hmm.
So like the game that I'm thinking of is Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Oh yeah.
Just because like so originally I was like sea trading and I was like that sounds kind of boring. But if you think about the Assassin's Creed games, he's a privateer. He gets into a lot more than just or he's not really a privateer. He's a solo act type of deal, unsanctioned
Hmm.
privateer. But you've got the ship battles, you've got the diving for treasure, you've got the going in and doing the killing the big bad stuff, you've got the exploration of the islands. There's so much to do that, also involves like like being on a boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that would be a pretty fun campaign of stuff
It'd be
like
really fun.
yeah.
Especially, I think I read somewhere that like at the same time a lot of that pirate stuff was going down,
Hmm.
privateer. A lot of that pirate stuff was going down. Other things were going around in the world that were like just as interesting and jam-packed of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember all the specifics, but I think like samurais or ninjas were like not
Yes.
too distant
Theoretically,
from
so
that time, or like
theoretically,
cowboys and western.
mhm, a samurai and a cowboy could be on a pirate ship all at the same time.
Yeah, insane. That's cool. Why? How do we make that happen?
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah,
how
yeah,
do we
yeah.
make that happen? That's so
And
fun.
I think they could send telegraphs too.
And they could send telegraphs, guys, during that time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is wild to think
But
about. I
like
mean,
late
obviously, samurais went up to
1700s,
the
early to
industrial
mid
stuff, and
1800s, that's yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
man, there's just so much out there.
Go
Woof.
be a pirate, guys.
Be a freaking pirate, dude. Go to Wikidot for your D&D 5e stuff, guys.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Um, seriously though. So for me, what I wrote down was train robberies.
Hmm.
I got a little specific with it because I was like,
Fair.
man, it is crazy thinking about a train robbery, dude. You're robbing a moving target. Like that's crazy. The whole idea of like you're running up on horses, jumping off your horse onto a moving train,
Hmm.
then you're doing the train robbery. Then what? You're getting back onto a different horse, the same horse? I know that
Has
I
it
can
been
look this
running this
stuff
whole
up, but
time?
it's the kind of thing that I don't like to look up.
Right.
I want to stay in the dark about what happened.
I
How
want
like
to, I
yeah,
want to, I
does
want to
the
try to,
horse
I want to do
stay?
the math myself. I
Yeah,
want to figure it out myself.
I want to
Get
live
that
in my
calculator out of
imaginary
here.
world. I don't need to know. I don't want the
Let me
finality
run
of
the
knowing
numbers.
exactly what the horse does.
Mhm,
Does
mhm.
it just chill and it stays running up against the train, or are they like, all right, that horse is dead to us? Because by the time I get off this train in Albuquerque, that horse is long gone. Getting a new horse, you know, God, so crazy to think about.
Mhm.
Um, Not to mention of like, what are they stealing? What's on the train? There's so many different things you can do.
Who's on the train?
Have you ever seen the movie? What's your? Oh, actually, I think I know the answer to this. You're a fan of westerns because I think you said that your grandfather was a big fan of westerns.
Yeah, specifically John Wayne, but yes, I've seen a lot of westerns.
Amazing. Um, John Wayne, notoriously a good guy.
Notorious, yeah, notorious for that. I bet you can't tell which way he voted.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Um, Yeesh. So just a massive wooden hook comes out of nowhere and
Yeah,
yanks us off
right.
screen.
Oh.
Um, no, so have you ever seen the movie Harder They Fall?
The title sounds familiar.
The Harder They Fall, a 2021 film um, with Jonathan Majors, Idris Elba, a bunch of cool people, Keith Stanfield,
Mm-mm.
um, the guy who plays uh I don't even know, man. But anyway, he's in the X-Men movie. I can't think of what his mutant name is. But he's in one of it's the dude in X-Men, like the university one, first class.
First class.
Darwin. That's it. He plays Darwin.
Okay.
The one who gets freaking murked. He's like, I can change my body and do anything. And then they're like, we're gonna kill you immediately. What?
Right.
It's crazy. But The Harder They Fall, an incredible
Okay.
Western movie, so fun. They do a train robbery in that movie,
Mhm.
and boy, is it cool. Because first they do the whole like, there's some soldiers on there who are protecting a prisoner, is the loot, which is a cool idea. You can do that a
Mhm.
million different directions, depending. You can save somebody that party likes. You can
Yeah.
stop a train robbery, maybe. Um, but yeah, they come on. Keith Stanfield's character is like the super fast shooter guy.
Mhm.
Um, and he like says some words to them and like intimidates the fuck out. It's like one of those really cool scenes where you're like, damn, this guy's crazy. I do not want to cross him. I can't imagine being alive in a time when everybody, I guess we are. Holy shit.
Yeah, where
I
everybody
was gonna
has a
say being
gun.
alive in a time when everybody,
Yeah.
oh God, get me out of here. Um,
Yeah.
Jeez. I am trying so hard not to make
Mhm.
a dumb joke about what happened yesterday.
Yeah,
No
no,
one
we
needs to know
can't.
when we
We
recorded this.
can't. Yeah. Yeah.
We can't. We can't.
We simply can't.
We
We
can't.
simply
If you
cannot.
know, you know.
If you
Okay,
know,
moving on.
yeah.
So, that is, I mean, the Westerns,
Mhm.
all of them would be really good ideas for stuff. There's so many other interesting real world life around us kind of ideas that I think would be really fascinating to maybe explore, put a D&D twist on it, or stay with like more realistic stuff. But like, I mean, one example is the entire game of Eat the Reich. The entire
Oh yeah.
game of Eat the Reich is based on World War II. So that's a
Mhm.
really fun idea. Introduces vampires and some stuff, but that's a really fun idea of killing
That game is
fascists.
so rad. I want to play it so badly.
I know I want to play it bad too. The only reason I didn't bring it up for this Sunday was because it is a little bit more rules intensive of
Mhm.
like learning what your character can
I
do.
also
And
don't want to not have Allie on that game too.
oh yeah, for sure.
You
Kids on
know.
Bikes is like so quick. We could just
Yeah.
do a
Yeah. Yeah.
throwaway game where you're
Yeah. Yeah.
making
Yeah.
a one serving size character for that
Right.
game. Um, and then oh, what was I gonna say? I mentioned Eat the Reich. I was
Mhm.
going to say another place for inspiration in terms of like history and stuff. Oh, this is really specific. Have you ever seen there was a documentary that my dad made me watch actually? Not made me watch, but like I watched with him.
Mhm.
Um, called They Killed the Electric Car or something like that, Death of the Electric Car. It was about how the electric car, fun fact, the electric car was invented like years and years and years ago,
Mhm.
right? But then
Yeah.
the oil companies, the gas companies, big oil, not our friends, big tap, big milk, they're good
Well,
guys,
that's all we
big
can get into
oil,
this time.
bad.
No.
No, no. So big oil, uh, like put a stop to it. They bought the patents. They did all these things to kill the electric car because it was going to potentially ruin their business and all this kind of stuff. And then like all of the information about the invention of that electric car was like destroyed. All copies of its blueprints were destroyed, and people had to essentially start from scratch. And so there's this whole like corporate espionage kind of stuff. I think that could be a really interesting idea for a story. To like
killing
go
the
into it
car,
and kind of
being part of Big Oil and killing the electric car. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Absolutely not. It would be the other way around. You're
Okay.
stopping it.
Okay.
You're stopping it from happening. The bad guys are trying to stop you guys. You guys are essentially, because then the idea blossoms from there. You guys are members of scientists or protecting scientists or something. You're inventing something that's going to be very helpful, but it's going to hurt this evil industry.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys are making, I don't know, insulin, and for some crazy reason, not going to make thousands of percentage of profit on it. And therefore, Big Pharma is like, you got to get them. So that becomes the plot.
Okay.
So that's just another idea.
Fair enough.
There's just so many things in our world.
Yeah.
And we could go into so much depth, and we'll go into more depth in future episodes, maybe, and we can talk to maybe some guests if that's something that, you know, we have in the pipeline, if we have the time and the resources and scheduling to make that happen. But who knows? Either way, we have a lot of interesting things that we're going to continue to talk about here on the podcast. Thank you guys so much for everything. The last thing you can get inspiration from is, you guessed it, gang, strong bones. And how do you get them? Milk. Thank you,
Absolutely
Big Milk,
not.
for sponsoring this episode.
That's all we
really
can get
appreciate
into this
having
time.
you.
You
Big
can
strong
find
bones.
us on TikTok and Instagram at So You Want to Be a DM, or ask us a question at soyouwanttobeadm@gmail.com. If you like the episode, don't forget to give us 5 stars and a review wherever you found us. And check out the Patreon, the Twitch, and our merch with the link in the description. Join us next time for more Dungeon Master tips and tricks.
Bye.
See ya.
And now, I have the honor of giving a shout out to the members of our Patreon gang. Num Muffins, may Palor's light shine upon you. Marsavies, have you watered your flesh prison lately? And then there's Elijah, Molly, Tappy, and Linguini. Gang, we appreciate and love you. Tune in next time for more tips and tricks from So You Want to Be a DM.